Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
All righty. Thank you, everybody, for attending today. Good to see you folks out there and those that are watching live online right now. This is the City of Eureka Springs Cemetery Commission meeting. It's Monday, 4 p.m., September the 15th, 2025. We are in the City Auditorium basement. We'll have a call to order right now. Call to order. Who's here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Ratha Lawler.
All righty.
L.B. Wilson.
Douglas Beard.
David Danvers. And I'd like to take a moment to welcome Douglas. Doug. That's okay. New on the commission. We're really happy that he's joined us, made a commitment to get involved here in the community, and thank you. Is there anything you'd like to say here?
Just glad to be here and be part of this community, and
Talk in here. Talk
and
in.
hope to help move forward and keep us going on the right track where you guys been all these years. Thank you, Eureka Springs.
All righty, great. So we have had our roll call, and we do have a quorum. As you'll see on the packet that I handed out, there's a copy of the meeting minutes. Our last meeting was June the 25th. We have taken a couple of months off. Take a few moments to look this over. Any questions?
I'd like to make some additions, please.
Okay, you mean to the agenda coming up?
To the agenda coming up.
Yeah, okay, that's next. Yeah, this is just to approve the minutes.
Oh, the minutes. Okay.
Yeah, the minutes, our last meeting minutes, which are attached right here on the front.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from
June 25th.
June 25th.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
I wasn't here, so.
But you can approve them. They're right in front of you.
Approve them as written.
Okay, unanimous. Thank you. And now let's move to the agenda that you have right here in front of you. And LB, you'd like to add a few items to the agenda.
Yes, I think so.
Speak loud into that
Yes,
mic.
I would like to, if you consider entertaining, I have 3 inquiries that I would like to discuss with you. This could be done during the reports, or if you want to, you can put it on new business. It's just as a title, Lester Request. Lester Request.
The Lester Request. Okay.
Let's see, where is it? Potter's Field Crystal.
Potter's Field Crystal. Okay.
And the Coiner Request.
We spell that? Coiner?
C-O-I-N-E-R.
Okay, Coiner, the Coiner Request. We've got these added on new business. That's all right?
Okay, thank you.
All righty. So now we will, do I have a motion to approve the agenda with these 3 items added? Was there anything else today?
So moved.
Okay, and all in seconded?
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All righty, thank you. Now we'll open this up to public comments. Let's see what we got. Did you have any? Are you sure? Okay, all right, well, we're going to just move on past this then. So reports, head groundskeeper report.
I have got some of that. Nathan was out sick today. I also have the included in your packet of information that I provided. There's a Sexton office manager report for, I believe it's June through September, or July through September, for you to view. And then I have several of those of my reports. I'd like to, so do you want me to cover this now?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? Thanks.
Okay. Well, the first one I want to bring your attention to is what I called superintendent notes. That's kind of an update on the hardware purchases and maintenance and with regards to the budget and so forth. We've spent around $6,700 so far this year on hardware and maintenance. We have a remaining balance of about $5,800. We've been averaging about $750 a month on expenses. I indicated last time I gave this, I think it was in March or something, the signpost project expenses to date, cemetery truck expenses to date, and at that time we had allocated $464.02 of the remaining monies into the sign, which brought that to $15,900. Now, I know there's on the agenda there's something about the signpost update or so forth, but that's money that was budgeted to and would provide the additional funds. I think that's going to be necessary for the new additional signs that are going to be put up and post. I think we had a bid of $350 for the signage. And that didn't include putting the post in, which those are about $40 a piece. And we've got 4 posts left. I think Matt indicated he needed 3 more, but we'll have to have 1 taken up. If we can use that 1 and use it in place and put it in the location that it is supposedly going to be moved to, then, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to comment on that. Well,
Yeah.
let's wait and we'll get to that.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Historic tour so far, that figure is incorrect, I believe. Let me see if did I include this tour information in this packet?
From this past,
Well, for to date.
let me see.
Let's see, is it on that list? It's not. That 1380 to date was my calculations. I believe it's again, the one thing I didn't want to forget. Anyway, we've got the figures for the amount of money that's been brought in for the tours, and I believe it's around $1,800 so far on people coming by and taking tours. That 1380 was just the information I had, and she updated it for me, and I guess I left that out. Operational activities, when we had all that tree work done, the chips and so forth were placed in the back, and we're using that as mulch all around the cemetery now. As a matter of fact, they didn't put it quite where it should have been put, so we're relocating the mulch to another area so that this fall, when we have to push the pine needles back and so forth, we won't lose all that mulch. We've been topping graves out there. So far this year, we've probably done around 150 different plots with new grass seed, you know, because we've been so good the last couple of years about taking the pine needles off. We've got the ground now to put some soil down and grass seed and hay. So we've increased the number, about 150 plots so far with new grass, and we've got some more to do. We also are using gravel on the plots that had gravel, and we're also using some gravel on the plots that are very, very old and never receive attention. And that will cut down somewhat on the weed eating process, because we can spray that gravel one time during the course of the year and not have to deal with it. And also we've been repairing borders and headstone cleaning and that kind of stuff. We've had some issues with the gate. I've been having to go out there numerous times, almost every night for well over a month, because the gate wasn't closing. It would hit the bracket and then bounce back and stay open. I've seen people out there at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And so I just started going out there sometime after 9. Sometimes it was after 10 before I got there, because I'd forget about it, you know, and close the gate. All I had to do was tap it to make it go in the bracket, and it would stay closed. It's been operating properly. The entrance light is now operating properly because we rewired it. And, you know, every time there was a little moisture, it would quit working. So now it's working. Another issue is we're going to be looking at getting information about the sealant that they used on those signposts and reseal those this fall. Try to do that every year.
Was there an issue with the seal as we?
No, no, it's not. But just to protect the post, we need to probably redo those every year.
Yeah.
It won't take very long to do it. The tree debris is in the back of the cemetery, and we've had some guys that have shown some interest, and they've been dragging themselves a little bit on coming in, picking up the big logs and so forth. We have one piece of equipment out there and one huge log, and it still needs to be removed. Hopefully they'll get to it before long, but I'm going to leave that tree debris where it is until around the 1st of November. So if anyone is interested in having some wood for outdoor fireplaces, there's plenty of it back there. There would probably be some hardwood that you might be able to also use for like a fireplace inside. But there's a bunch of pine back there and stuff like that.
May I comment on that?
Yes.
I'd just like to reiterate it for anybody that may be watching us online. We have firewood in the back, and so we want you to come out and get it. It's going to be a cold winter, and you'll be helping us out. It's a win-win situation. Give us a call at the cemetery office. If you know LB, get in touch with LB, or 479-579-7372, Lee. Get in touch with us for that wood. Thanks, LB.
Okay. There were numerous stumps left. Those stumps are going to cost us around $1,000 to get them removed. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. In that, we just depends on our budget, how that comes out and so forth. If we had the funds left over from maintenance and hardware that are already budgeted, we might want to consider getting a stump. What am I trying to say?
Grinder.
A stump grinder.
Oh, cool.
And that's I've been looking into that. I've got the safety program, still working on that monthly and trying to keep it updated so that when we get asked to provide information, we'll have it where it should be. Block and plot enhancements is a new thing in that if you look at different ways to maximize the cemetery, we have some areas that are somewhat developed that we can, easily develop and make more plots. We have some areas in the cemetery that are developed that are not real good. In other words, if we were to enhance them, if we were to provide some soil, level them a little bit better, then that would make them more attractive and therefore give us more potential plots for sale. And then in doing that, we might want to look into increasing the price of that particular plot since we put time and money into it.
Are there certain blocks?
But that's something that we, especially, I found one location, and I'll show it to you all eventually out there at the cemetery. It's at the end of a block. If we can find some place that's tapering off and we can level it up and build it up a little bit, then that's another way maybe we can increase the number of plots that we have available or that people might want to purchase. Year-end expenses, I've got those are just estimates. We need a bucket truck to come out there for a day. We could use a bucket truck for 30 days. But trying to get the limbs that are in the areas where people walk and so forth, and there's a bigger hazard. That's just I don't know if we can do it this year or not. Okay, that's now, and you have the handout for the sexton and office manager with her information about that. And the only other thing is at some point in time, I think it's on the agenda. We have evaluations on the agenda, don't we?
Yes, it's number one. Yes, number one under a new business.
Okay, fine. And again, as always, if you hear people make suggestions or inquiries regarding the maintenance and groundskeeping and so forth of the cemetery, or if you have any concerns, please always, we're a team. And I would really appreciate some input as well. It's good. This could be better. What about this? Any questions at all, please feel free to get with me about it, anything. Thank you.
Yeah, and LB, I still continue to get compliments all the time on the way that the cemetery looks, and that's because of you and the groundskeepers and the hard work that you guys are doing. I'm not just blowing smoke. I mean, it really, really looks great out there.
Well, thank you.
I know the community really appreciates this.
The normal superintendent log's available for you from the 26th of June to today, and also showing the work hours and expenditures report. The monthly work record is available. You have a copy of that. Okay? Thank
Good.
you.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go into the treasurer's report. So for this month, I had requested copies of the P&L and the balance sheet, the summary copies. And what I got were the detailed copies, which are not good to print out. There's like 8 or 9 pages per this Excel spreadsheet. And so I reached out to our CPA this morning about that. And if you'll take a look in your notes there, go ahead and flip over into right after the packet that I gave you, right after the last month's meeting agenda. You'll see the reply that I got from Ladwig Accounting had received my voicemail request, and they weren't able to release any of these financials, which kind of stunned me until these questions were answered. And so that's just a brief. If you take a look then, just flip through that, and you'll see I did print this out, because this starts in February, and it goes...
What page? Is it a page number?
Yeah, okay. The packet that I handed out, you'll see right after the meeting agenda from June that we approved starts, this is kind of my packet. Yeah, it starts in, here's that email from just this morning. On wanting, I wanted June, July, and August monthlies. Of course, they do include year to date. And what I was sent last week were the detailed. So I reached out then to Ladwig for the purposes of today's meeting, and was told I couldn't get them from them, the summary sheets, and they requested this information that's here. It's this email that I printed out for us just from today. So I was kind of blindsided by that, and I brought my laptop that I've got. If anybody would have any questions, I've got electronically all the Excel spreadsheets.
What's our financial situation?
Well, I'll get into that. Yeah. So LB asked, what's our financial situation? So we'll get into that. But before we take a look at it, here's this printout from the Excel spreadsheet that they sent me this morning. And these are the items that they need information from. And that the full name column that you see on the top, that was all yellow, all in yellow here. And so I've got to get back with them and find out what she wants. But these expenses, I think it's part of the assignment in that budget workshop that is one of our open action items here. So I'm just sharing with you today all the information that I've got. Okay. Now, having said that, we can move to, here's the financial situation of today. Go to the one page, it's about 5 back, and you'll see this $4,000 balance, $4,012.53. Do you see this one, LB? Did you find that one? Keep turning. This is the back left half page of the P&L. Okay. And now that we're here, I want to talk about the fact that that shows the $4,000 balance in the bank account, but look up at the last check that I wrote that was written last week, 2 weeks ago. The check 5589 for $5,479. That was a check done in error. It was attached, the invoice for it was attached to the invoices that I received from City Hall that I paid, which are the fuel adjustments, the fuel and some of the other items. Also in there this is for the internet charges. Well, I saw this and I just thought, oh my God, you're kidding me. So I paid this. I got a call then from Tabitha because the company that runs the website called and said, hey, we got this check. Now, they went ahead and deposited it and are going to issue a refund. Unfortunately.
What was the amount of the check?
It's right there. It's that last one, LB. Excuse me, I just...
$5,479.
For the website?
43 and
For the
43
website?
cents. And it was additional work and some things. It was kind of confusing. So, but the check I was hoping would have come in. This was like 10 days or so ago. Tabitha said they were refunding that. She'd let me know as soon as it came in, and we're getting this money back. I said all that to say that our bank balance is about $9,500 right now. Well, right now it's $4,000, but in essence it's going to be the $94,000.
With the refund coming back.
That's it. Yeah. And so we're just waiting on that. So it's a little under 10 grand, which is kind of that shelf that we don't like to be under, that we operate under. So do you see those numbers right there, LB?
Well, I do, but I
Yeah.
thought that we paid last year less than $2 grand for our website.
It was, and the error basically is on me. When those invoices and things came through, it was from the city, and I was going through the payments, and so, I should have stopped and called or did something.
So that check doesn't include any fuel payments or water bill or
No.
anything. That's just for the website.
That was just for the website. Yeah, the other ones, the other checks, well, here, if you want to know what they are, I've got them in the checkbook right here. It's just the standard. There wasn't anything way out of whack.
Well, I would like to see us that, when we have situations that come up and we have an item, we have something budgeted for an item, and it's above that amount that's budgeted, we need to convene and get a consensus before we make payment.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
this
And I
something-
stand corrected on that. This is all my fault.
And because I know that I was down visiting the other day about a different topic, and there's some concern about how much the insurance is going to go up for the city employees this next year. I don't know if any of that's going to be delegated to the different commissions as well, because we're paying the workman's comp now, and workman's comp may go up. So we've got to try to watch our pennies.
Yeah, in that adjustment that we got, more than doubled the workers' comp that we got last year. We were shocked and stunned.
All right, great.
Okay, so two things. I'll sum up this treasurer's report. I don't have the monthlies. I couldn't get the monthlies, unfortunately. I couldn't get the replacements from Ladwig because of these outstanding issues per today's email. And this $4,000 balance that's here, the reality is going to be about $9,500 when that check comes in, and I expect it any time. So that summarizes this. Now, I may have one more thing here. I printed some other things here, but not for handout. Okay, all right. That will end the treasurer's report. Now we'll move into special events, and I want to make a couple of comments here. If you flip on through your packet to that next page that I include on my packet, pardon me?
Who's taking the minutes?
Right here.
I am.
Great, thank you.
You're not?
Well, I wasn't.
I'm kidding. So,
I thought you were.
yeah, what? So, we're just making sure that the minutes are being taken because of the FOIA requests and all, which is the perfect segue into the next handout. So if you take a look, and some of you have already seen the email, that Wednesday, September the 25th, the upper room at the Aud at 11 a.m., we're going to have a workshop, right, for FOIA. And so I wanted to make sure that everyone here was aware of that. Come out if you can. I plan to be here. And there's new laws and some regulations and things. One in particular, maybe it was just one that's just now being enforced, but we need to get our agendas in within 48 hours or more prior to a meeting. So there's a couple of little tick mark things that we're really have made some recent changes on. So that's why we have good note taking, and everything's being recorded, and you're able to get copies of this at no charge. You can get in touch with Christina Floyd, the mayor's assistant, if you want a CD of any of our meetings. But it's probably easier just go online to YouTube, and you'll get to see all these beautiful people up here. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, thank you for that. And then I think I've got one more item here. I think we can hold it, just about Facebook. Well, is it all right to talk about it right now, a special event type thing? So what we've done, I've got pictures and things, but we haven't really had anybody on the commission, as I understand it, until recently that is pretty handy with Facebook, posting pictures and do a few updates and all, as I'm looking over here to my right. And so this was off of the email. This is just one of the emails from this morning when I was at the office, and I printed out. It said we had 13 unread notifications to review. These friend requests, and 10 new notifications. And that's just from Facebook.
My goodness, 13, really?
That's that lucky number, you know what I'm saying?
We're not too far behind then, are we?
No. And so we really want to kind of get on top of that. When I saw that, I thought, oh, hey, this is something, I'll just print out and bring up in today's meeting. So that concludes the reports section, and now we'll move into unfinished business. Anybody have any other comments before we move in? Okay. Number one, the road improvements project, including the parking areas. LB, you touched lightly on what Matt had conveyed to you.
Real lightly, I was hoping he would send us some kind of text or something since he couldn't be here. But I gave him the bids, I believe, that I had come up with. I'm just going to voice a concern that's going to be consistent today from me. Our cash flow has been terrible. We have had to draw from our assets to make things work because of the lack of sales in plots this year. We're underwater big time. I would like you to consider, once we visit about all this, or as we visit, maybe projects are not something that we need to be addressing right now for the remainder of the year, and then reassess our future plans to where we can build our assets back up to where we can actually do something without having to wait around for a full year for possible donations and that kind of stuff. But the road improvement project was, my goodness, it was around between $25,000 and $30,000 to help some of the areas that needed smoothing out. And that didn't count the parking areas, which is something we need to talk about as well. But see, that's the thing is like right now, if you add up all of our operational expenses, things that need to be done for the cemetery, we're going to be hard pressed just to get through the year. So, I mean, I don't see how we can do any additional projects because we've got the signage thing to finish up. These requests that are going to be talked about later also involve some money. And so anyway, I'm sure he'll have a report for us next time.
Yeah, the point about that is we've been discussing this pretty much off and on all summer. And it's pretty much our consensus because of this tight cash flow and these issues that we will, in fact, be postponing virtually everything but mopping up just a couple of things that we need to do. And by the way, it's not as if there's anything huge going on out there because the cemetery is better than it's ever been, ever before. And so what I'd like to do is next month, let's have a motion to address anything that we see here and just vote on putting these on the back burner exactly per what you just said, LB.
Okay.
Yeah. Or we could we entertain something like that now, or a little premature?
I think it's has to do with more of the motion would have to involve taking some time to look at our budget and get the financials that we need to have to be able to look forward for the rest of the year. And that, to me, is our finances is the main concern as to whether or not what we can or cannot do. And then the idea is that if we go to a zero expenditures on things except for operational necessities and build our assets up, I think that's something that we need to kind of look at doing. So I don't know what the top. Yeah. I think just looking at our financials next month as a priority. Yeah.
So that we can jump ahead. Point number 5 here was again the issues which I expounded on a few minutes ago. But that budget workshop, we've got to have it. We've got to schedule and have that this month.
Well, we've got
Sorry, I jumped ahead here.
And here it is, an unfinished business, and we're not in a situation where we can even talk about it because we don't have the information necessary.
That's right.
We have, and this is just totally my opinion, and I could be completely wrong. We have got to try to figure out an in-house accounting system for our commission to where we can come in on a weekly basis, or someone can come in and say, well, how are we doing financially? What's our balance? What have we paid so far out this month on everything?
Yeah, well,
and we can't do that the way we're doing it now. And our accounting system is costing us about between $4,000 and $5,000 a year because we're having to pay for the QuickBooks, which we don't know how to use. And in order to get training on QuickBooks is the proper training, or not the proper training, but the best training they offer is $1,000 to get the training. So where we can do some things in-house, and this stuff of having to have meetings at certain times of the month because we can't get the information from the accountant, and that's $225 a month we're paying, plus $90 a month for a system we don't know how to use, except maybe get some reports.
Yeah, I mean, the system itself is feeding itself from the banks. Everything's flowing. That list that we got today pertains to which accounts that these charges go to, right? These were the checks and expenditures, credit cards, that when we get through that, it does take them probably 2 weeks to close a month. But if they're waiting on us,
why can't we close it? Why can't we get the reports that we need and close it in-house?
Well, we ultimately can. Right now, these reports are available. I just didn't get the report, the summary report today, through the end of last month.
I understand that, but why can't we come up with the information ourselves that we're getting from the accountant?
Yeah.
Why can't we do that?
Okay, we're going to jump to number 5 right now. You gave us the additional signage update a few minutes ago, right?
Well, so
I want to skip through this and dwell on this part.
okay.
So didn't we got the additional signage update? Well, we'll go back to this. Let's just stay on number 5.
The only update that I have heard is $350 for the signs.
Yeah.
That doesn't count putting the post in.
Yeah.
And that's a Matt thing.
Right.
I've reached out to him, asked him if I could assist him in any way, and he didn't get back with me.
Yeah, okay, you'll just note that. And then the number 4, you gave us the tour update, okay? And, right, we just didn't have the summary.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then number 3 was the expansion project. Let's go to that one in a few minutes because we've already done 1, 2, and 4. I want to finish up number 5 here. Is that all right with everybody? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then let's go. So let's just talk about the action items on point number 5. Point number 5 reads 2025 accounting issues / budget, cash flow, and a budget workshop. So we want to determine how we can train efficiently and no longer need the monthly services of Ladwig Accounting. When we first employed them, it was to get us through the end of last year. That was kind of the minimum, right? And so that's what we voted on, that's what we acted on, and it's just gone then continued month to month. So I think that that should be one of the main items here.
Well, I had Hannah the other day get with QuickBooks, and they offer different training programs. They don't offer a complete detail, like for instance, if we're going to have with the level of QuickBooks we have now, where they would provide us a spreadsheet to where we can, like for instance, I can tell you, and it's not probably exactly accurate, but it's within a few pennies, about maintenance and hardware. I can't tell you how much money was spent for fuel this year so far, for water, for electricity, for office. Well, I could tell you what I've spent for office supplies because I usually end up buying most of the stuff.
But water and electricity, it's all in there. Yeah.
But we don't know what it is. I've never heard a report that says, well, so far this year we've spent $1,800 for fuel and we still have $700 available for that budgeted item. Included in that packet is the most recent budget. There's a sheet. I think it's one of the back sheets of that I gave you all. But that's what I'm talking about, because if we don't have any idea, like for instance, for the flag program, we budgeted, I believe it was $400 for a flag program. And so far this year, because of trying to buy things, we're about $136 in the red on that. But we have enough flags for next year and the year after that, probably. It just depends on how much of weather, how many of them weather. So those are the kind of things that I kind of like to see if we budget a certain amount and we're way over in mid-year, then. I mean, if we don't get these sometime during the year, we can't make a budget for the next year even.
Yeah, that's why we voted. We had to go up to that $99 from $29 to $49. Now we're at $99 a month for QuickBooks.
Well, when she checked on that,
when
she checked on that, it was $1,000 to train 2 or more people on QuickBooks. But they didn't indicate what training would involve, what it would provide us with. I'm hoping that we will try to find a way to have, like we've had in the past, someone take over the treasurer's aspect of it and have in-house accounting and bookkeeping and provide the reports that are necessary for the auditors. Yeah. That's I just, and take that money and use it for projects that we're spending now or for other things.
Let me address 2 things you said, and that's great input. I think that the best people to train Hannah would be Ladwig, because they know what's needed. Right now, I'm meeting with the state auditors. The auditors have information. They needed a December 2024 bank statement that we didn't have, and this was a day or two ago. And so they are P&L's balance sheets. They like QuickBooks. They know how to, they just come in, Patrick, and, they'll just sit down and kind of do their thing and look and print and do reports, knowing that we're running short on some of the budget items and the things that we really need. Having said that, back to my point, I think Ladwig would be the ones with input from the state, and I'll work with Marcus and Patrick, auditors, on exactly what Hannah needs to be trained on, because Hannah, as we know, had worked before with the Ladwig firm. Mike Ladwig trained her initially on one of her previous jobs with QuickBooks, and so she's got a good insight. We just need to take it now to the $99 additional, that amount, to get the reports that you need.
Two things.
Yeah.
That sounds good, that they can maybe provide training for us. I know an individual who's moved back to Eureka Springs. It's a retired CPA. He was in business here for years. I haven't approached him because of his family situation, but I'm going to, and see if he might be interested in looking at our situation and giving us some insights. And who knows, he might want a little something to do and give us some help on the training as well. I don't know. The second thing is, in the scope of the work of Hannah, I don't know that Hannah can be the treasurer for the Cemetery Commission.
No, she's not the treasurer.
Well, you're asking her to provide all these reports.
No. It's QuickBooks. It's printing the reports. She doesn't put anything in there. These are all the bank records.
She enters all of the invoices, doesn't she?
No.
She doesn't.
She goes back. That's what's missing in this report, is they've listed the checks and things, and they want to know what they were for, so that our budget will flow the way that we're requesting. So from that perspective, she is doing it's bookkeeping. She's not a treasurer. She's not handling funds by any means.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's part of her.
Let me rephrase it, and I don't know that she has the time, or it's in the scope of her work, to be the bookkeeper for the commission.
Well, it is part of the scope. We can reread that. I had done that again. I'd done that about 6, 8, 9 months ago. And this is, by the way, nothing personal on Hannah. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the job role.
I just want to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do as commission members, and also Hannah is not being overloaded.
Right, yeah. Point taken. You've got a note on that, yeah.
So I think this item is worth maybe even having a workshop about.
Okay.
I'd like the motion to do that for my purpose of being affiliated and learning what the commission and the state and what we do need, so I can better help figure some of this stuff out. It'll be like
Awesome.
And for you guys.
That's great.
I mean, it's digits. I'm sorry, I do digits, so let me help you with the digits. But I need to know what the need is, and a workshop would help me have a better understanding of that.
Okay. What I can do is I'll check with you on her work hours this week, whatever, and then or next, and we'll see a day where at least we can get there with what's needed from Ladwig, and then have her explain to us what she's doing.
I'd appreciate it if you'd coordinate that.
Okay, all right, I'll take this action item.
What do you want me to put down?
I'll take an action to schedule a budget workshop involving Doug, well, all of us, kind of led by Hannah, she'll take the lead on the items that we're talking about, and I'll work with her, and I can talk to Michael and Karen over at Ladwig, but I want to visit with her first.
I'm not so sure maybe
Yeah.
they could have a representative there as well.
Yeah, maybe Karen could come over for that workshop and show us everything.
The thing is,
That's their-
let's try to get everything organized the way we want to go forward.
Has to.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's bounce now up to item number 3, the cemetery expansion project. Did you have anything else on that?
That's been placed also on Matt's plate, and he was supposed to have a report for us in December. There's not much that
That's right.
we have a budgeted amount of $60,000, I think it is, for that particular project, but we can't fund it. So he'll give us a report of some ideas, and we'll have to determine about taking action maybe next year on something.
Okay, all right. Have you got that noted? Yeah.
I just put Matt as unavailable.
Yeah, good. Okay. And number 6, this is the last unfinished business.
If you look in that packet I gave you, there's a letter from, a letter that I submitted to get those funds. I wanted you to have a copy of it. And then also there's a letter from one of our previous commissioners, Britta, and I just included that so that you'd have her thoughts about her. And then the next letter, or the next thing that's in your packet is the flag policy, social issue, recognition for burial plots. And that's what we have approved, and that's what that you're wanting to, it's past that.
Okay.
You got them out of order, so now you're screwed.
All right, hang on. We're good. We're good.
I love that feeling
Poor
where
trees.
you can't find what you were looking for.
Exactly.
That's a
All
good
right, we
feeling.
got that. Okay, it's in this hand. I saw Britta's letter a few minutes ago.
It's right behind it.
Okay. All right, got it. Okay, LB.
So that's the flag policy that we have right there.
Okay.
And now, if someone was wanting to revisit that for some reason, the whole idea is that we want to try to address, in the world we live in, and give everyone the freedom to express themselves, but do it in such a way that there's reverence and respect in the cemetery. And so the idea of this program provides that they can put anything they want, any social issue, anything that they're concerned about on their grave, as long as it's the same size of the flags that we're using to represent and honor the veterans. That allows for the flexibility and freedom that anyone might request, and it allows for there to be some structure of that expression that I think is reasonable. So again, we've approved this and it's policy, but if you want to change different parts of it, or, I'm glad we're not doing brain surgery.
In this current flag policy is on record currently that we have right here.
One of the things that's taking place that I'd hoped would be ready for this meeting, but it wasn't. I am going through and having someone else second guess, the policy manual that we have. Do you have one, Retha? To update that. And the things that we have done in the past, have that, those designations be put under the correct articles and the correct divisions of the policy that they should be. And hopefully that's something that we will address in October and have a revised policy manual. This is a part of the policy manual now. Okay? Because I didn't get one the second time I came back on the commission. The one I have has stuff in it that the one that I was given recently doesn't have. So we've been trying to get all this information, make sure it's by statute the way it's supposed to be.
I like this.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. Anybody have any questions? We good?
I'm good.
Okay. Thank you. So our just note just says it's a review of the established program. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to move into new business. LB, do you want to knock out the Lester request, Potter's Crystal, and the Coiner request
We can.
before we go in?
We can, sure.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so this is on the Lester request. It's an individual who wants us to buy back their plot. And this, I have the deed here. And what it involves is buying back the plot for the price that they purchased it for. But in their contract here, in their deed, it has here paid $975, of which $400 was prepaid for digging. Now, I don't know where that came up from, but this is dated back in 6th day of January in 2020. I don't think you have a copy of this.
Oh, okay.
I don't, it's not, remember, it's checked there that you don't have a copy of it.
Okay.
I don't think. You do have a copy of it.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
good.
one here.
Okay.
There's a copy of the deed.
Well, we don't have the money to buy back plots right now, I don't think. Plus, where in the world, we would have to come up with an extra $400 for prepaid digging? Where does that come from? And it's in the deed. So that's one situation. So just, the other one's connected to it as well. The other one wants to want us to buy back her plot as well, the Coiner request.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And have you got that too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it's the same thing. And the quitclaim deed has been set up. The form is here for us to do that. Let's see, what was the amount on that? I don't remember what. $1,000. Okay, and then, okay, so if you don't mind, I don't have the Potter's thing, but I'm going to explain it to you. If you'll just set that aside mentally for a second, these are two requests for us to buy back plots, okay? Are you with me?
Yeah. There's four plots for $1,000 and one for $250.
Well, I think she just wants to sell one of the plots back.
Oh, one of the four?
It's in, yeah, just one of them. This is, she just wants to sell one of them. It's in Memorial Gardens. Memorial Gardens, for all intents and purposes, is full. This is a very well-located plot. Someone would be interested in it, and she's just wanting to sell back one of them. $250, I guess, is what it ends up being. She wants to deed one of the plots back, and it's indicated there, lot 28, plot 7, on the front page.
Oh, I misread it. It says 4 graves, not 4 plots, right?
Well, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
She's wanting to sell back one plot, one grave,
Yeah.
okay? One plot. Okay, so what you're thinking about this with regards to, at this point in time, purchasing back plots? I don't see where we're obligated to do that. If the advantage of it is if we were to buy back a plot that sold for less than what we're selling them for now, that would increase our inventory, wouldn't it? And we would still come out okay. We would make still a profit. But this one for the 400 in addition,
No.
They
I
just
just don't
need to
think-
find someone that they can get to buy them from them.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is that contract has obligated us as a commission to come up with $400 for the digging.
So what, I'm missing this.
That's on the first
It's the
one.
very first one.
It's here.
Okay, maybe I don't have that page.
Yeah, it's this one right here.
Oh, here it is back here.
Yep.
I got it. Okay,
Had
thank
those
you.
things
I got
in
it, I
order
got
for
it.
you, but that's okay.
Is this a copy they gave you, or you made a copy?
This is a copy of their deed.
You made the copy, or they made the copy?
Well, we made the copy, I guess. It was
Okay.
on our copy machine, but they gave
Okay.
maybe they gave us a copy, and then we made copies of the copy. But it says right there, $400
I guess-
prepaid for digging.
I guess my question is, have we pulled the county record to see if
Oh, yeah.
that's what it says in it also?
That's their deed. It's legitimate.
Yeah, this is the legitimate deed.
I don't understand why the commission would do that, because at some time in the future, they would have to, maybe I was on the commission in 2020, and I don't recall us connecting burial plot sales with pre-digging,
This is crazy.
isn't it?
I mean, those payments, aren't they go to the funeral homes, you handle all of those
no,
types of things.
but see, here's the thing.
Funeral home,
You
not
don't
us.
buy this back. Let's say we don't buy this back. We still owe $400. Evidently, the lady is ill, and her caregivers reached out about this. They've made other arrangements, I guess, someplace else. But if she's not buried, does not utilize this plot, there's still that $400 that's been paid to the commission to provide digging
For that
You-
what?
for that plot
When it's used?
when it's used. But if they don't ever use it, I guess we wouldn't ever have to come up with the 400. But
I think that's a
but-
legal thing that somebody would want to advise us on.
can we just? I'd like to just make a request that we absorb this today and revisit it next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Exactly. We can get some information possibly from some of maybe the chairperson,
Who would that be?
with the signatures down there. Signatures down at the bottom, you don't need to mention it necessarily.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well,
Just to get some insights about the digging fee.
I would think
the
this
craziest
has
thing I've
never
ever
been
seen.
done before or since.
So what you're saying is we are not in the business of purchasing plots back, but we'll always entertain a request.
Well, what if we had a sheet out in the kiosk, individuals
No
wanting to
refunds?
sell their plots? No, just put call this, call that. Because we don't want to get involved in this. This is a property, that's a transaction, just like anybody else's. The $400 is just insane. I mean, how would we have ever charged anyone $400 to dig a grave and sell a lot with that added on it and collected $400 from that person? I'd like to go back and take a look at the cash receipt books on this date
Okay.
and see exactly what was deposited when.
Well, we can get some additional insights. That's why I think we need to table this till next month.
Yeah, okay, let's table this one.
And I'll have Hannah notify them that
Do we need to vote on
that-
tabling that? Nah.
I'll have Hannah notify them that it's still under commission consideration.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Shall we make a motion then to move this?
I'd make a motion that we table the Lindsay request and the coin request until next month as we try to get additional information.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, the last item has to do with Potter's Field. I was approached the other day by a very big-hearted lady who has a beautiful natural crystal It's approximately 18 inches thick, wide, and tall. And it could very well be the largest crystal, could possibly be. It came from a local cave. What she wants to do is she wants to donate that to be put up someplace in Potter's Field. And she just wants it located in Potter's Field. She would like a sign put up, like the signs that we have, that indicate in memory of ... or something like that, near the crystal. She also requested that a bench be placed in Potter's Field. That's the Potter's Field request.
Is that person willing to pay for the bench and any landscaping and changes?
Right now I'm trying to find out, because we've had a lamp broken as well, trying to find out where we got the lamps from, where we got the benches from. Benches, I remember, were about $1,800 a piece. We have a bench that we could relocate there that's not utilized hardly at all. The bench that's all the way in the back, I have yet to see anyone sitting back there. We could accommodate all that for less than $50. Less than $100 we could, if we wanted to do that. It would designate something a little bit. It would give a little more structure, a little more attention to Potter's Field. And it would just be an easy thing for us to do. We could do that in a couple hours.
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So I know that when you're looking at our workshop and back down in the back, we've got that nice little burial area with the 3 white crosses. Okay. With that in mind, okay, now shift gears back to your point, to Potter's Field. Would we be looking at an area to designate this? And would it be, how far, we've got our nice Potter's Field sign there. Is this going to be back kind of down in the area with a walking path?
The crystal would probably be up where the Potter's Field signs are right now.
Okay.
And so would the bench. It would just be up there near the road.
Okay, so we would...
And I've asked Anna to stake out Potter's Field so we know so you all can drive by and see what the boundaries are, okay? Mm-hmm. And she just has a soft place for the less fortunate.
Yeah.
Hard to say no.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
From my standpoint.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about much expenditure at all, even if we did it all, okay?
LB, at the same time, could we revisit the description that's there on Potter's Field to maybe elaborate more or set up a secondary sign or give a little more information or really make this a nice spot? I like the idea.
Well,
but not just jointly, okay, we're going to add a crystal and then we're going to do this. I mean, a nice plan, where we'll have the nice, maybe white gravel put in, have it bordered.
I have refrained from indicating the individual's name because I can't pronounce it. But I'm serious. I can never come up with it.
Okay.
But I will have her get in contact with you. How's that?
That'd be great.
And let her talk to you about it as well.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to get a picture. I was going to try and get a picture of what the crystal looks like, But it's, it probably weighs a couple hundred pounds. And she's wanting to donate that to Potter's Field before she passes.
Okay. Would this then... Look, I hate to sound cold, but things do come with a price, right? And we're pretty low on funds. So is this something where the donor, potential donor, would like an acknowledgement?
No.
Okay.
She wants no acknowledgement.
All anonymous?
Yes.
It's all anonymous? Yes. Okay. I'm just trying to think of any other questions. I like do you all like this idea? I like the idea a lot.
Well, I don't know what, I mean, it's just someone wanting to recognize people that don't get recognized.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the people that are located in Pottersfield have some kind of marker. Vast majority of them don't. So it was kind of like a marker for those that can't have markers.
Yeah. So as a next step then,
I can take care of this and you won't know that it even took place. But if you want to design the location of this or that
I'd like to be involved in that.
and have her come out and the two of you go out and figure it out,
Yeah,
that would be...
at least you and I, we can.
Well, no,
drive by.
let her have some input
Yeah.
as well.
We have a new commissioner. He may be interested in it.
I most certainly am. I seriously am.
Yeah, I mean, we could,
Well, I'd like to make a motion then that we contact the individual that's has the potter's request and work out a time to where we can go out and check the
look at the crystal.
check the situation out and see what's involved. Okay.
You have a second on that?
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great.
Great.
Okay, thank you, LB. Yeah, this
Thank you all.
nice, interesting thing. We're going to need to go into to a session, executive session on employee evaluations. Let's go, if that's all right, on through this list a little further. And, okay. We've got block and plot enhancements with the sales update.
Well, as you didn't get a report, I didn't get a sales update report either.
Okay, all right, let's,
I have one as, well, this is a ballpark figure of about $6,200 so far this year in sales. Because I know she recently sold one plot.
yeah.
You could, somewhere around that. Our
much
budget,
did you
our
say?
budget, huh?
Wait,
How much did you say?
Around 6,200, we'll say. The budget, we budgeted 22,000. There's the discrepancy. That's why we have a cash flow issue. For the year, we budgeted 22 grand for plot sales, and we've only sold one plot plus 50, around 62, 6,500. The block and plot enhancements we talked about earlier, and that's just finding areas in the cemetery that we might be able to add some soil, take down a couple of bushes or something, and make it a more appealing location. And that's something that I think we need to look at the one location that's already been done, and then we can talk about maybe increasing the price of those plots that were enhanced because we did work on them, spent time and money in soil or whatever. And then you can consider if you want to do that in the future. There aren't that many locations out there, but there are some, and if we can get 4 or 5 lots out of a particular location, well, that's by far the cheapest way of doing it. Mm-hmm. Instead of having to take down trees and build roads and this kind of stuff. So that's something that, now that we've talked about it, that's something that each one of us can go through the cemetery and with that in mind and say, hey, how about this area? How about this block and this near Mr. James over here or something, you know what I mean? And then we can come back in a meeting in the future and talk more about it.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the plot sales information from the Sexton report here. Some of this activity.
Now, she may have a total in there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I don't see it year to date. There's 3 months of activity in here.
And it may be a bit more than that, but we're way behind. This is September, 3/4 of the year's gone, and we don't have 3/4 of $22,000 for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Way short.
Okay.
Okay. Then let's go to the second page. Roles and positions, the commissioner roles and positions. Item number 3.
I hate to be talking all the time.
No, that's good, LD. You're going,
What
do it.
This was put in there. This, I don't sleep well, so sometimes I come up with things that are not real good, I guess. I want us, this is a working commission, unlike many of the others where they come in and there's reports given to them, ideas brought up, and people vote yay or nay and express their opinion. We all have to work. And the positions that we have been kind of filled in by different ones at different times this year. We have like a chairman, right? We have a superintendent. We have a secretary and a treasurer. And that's 4 of the 5 people we have. We've added project manager to give the 5th individual an opportunity to have something to do. And the thing about it is everyone is appreciated here and taking the time and caring about the cemetery. I think we just all need to encourage each other to participate as much as we can. We all have different responsibilities and lifestyles and this kind of stuff. I don't want to take on more than I can do, and I've been sick for almost 2 years. And I feel like sometimes I've let you all down. But the thing about it is having the responsibility of being superintendent. It's not mine alone. I count on you guys too. So I think we need to look at this and see if we can find something we're comfortable with doing and contribute as much as we can.
Thank you, LB. We are a working commission. And LB.
And that's why this thing about the treasurer, it's kind of been stuck on with you, and it's hard to do 2 or 3 things at the same time.
Yeah.
And if we had someone who would step up and be the treasurer and take care of overseeing the bookkeeping and all this kind of stuff, it would be beneficial, I think. Because you have it's just hard to have 2 or 3 hats on the commission.
Well, we just got Doug on the commission, and he said he does digits, so.
Well, Doug's got to get acclimated. And
Let's give him time to get caught up.
Not like what they did to me.
One of the things that
first meeting I was the treasurer, and I still am.
One thing,
kinda.
Well, that's.
We've had a tendency to ambush new members. We don't want to keep doing
I
that.
carry the title, Doug, but I don't do anything
like
with it because it's a mess. And I'm not going to get in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, but here's where we are on the money side.
It's all right.
That treasurer role, we're just so close, to just making it just that push button thing.
Right.
Well,
we're right there.
Maybe the workshop will provide the insights necessary.
It will. We're there. I'm not doing any more spreadsheets and all the stuff I used to do. wasn't a bookkeeper to begin with, but that's okay, And
I think possibly, looking at the minutes and talking to LB and helping over the last couple of years out there at the cemetery, I think what we're talking about is the possibility of the superintendent having a information management manager to assist with bringing all that together into one place. And that could be one of those things a commissioner could do, is manage the information, check the bill for the IT from the city, check QuickBooks, check Facebook, and that's just a matter. And that's one of the things that I kind of saw myself helping with. And I think when we do the workshop on the financial side, that'll lead into being able to identify, who gives access to the Facebook account, how do you do that, and so forth and so on. And if I can help do that, I'd be glad to help do that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, be ready for a big offload.
With a big W.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, LB, and I'm glad that's on the agenda. It just level sets. We've got to continue to remind ourselves that we are volunteers. We've got something great to be proud of out there. A lot of us have loved ones that are out there, and it's just a great place to be. It's wonderful. And then the cemetery narrative, this is the last item that we've got on here.
Well, that's on there because everyone needs to be thinking about the different things that have taken place this year. And by the end of the year, we want to, when we put all of our files up for 2025, we need to have a narrative of the things that were done, the accomplishment, the improvements, the changes to the cemetery, and include that.
Yeah.
And also to explain like our stance on certain issues.
Yeah. And this has to go in the website
That way the
and
future
Facebook.
commissions can refer back, well, this commission decided to do this because of this kind of thing, and not just someone on a whim change everything.
And that has been done in the past, by the way.
Not that they wouldn't be able to, but I mean, just a narrative as to, well, this is what took place in 2025. These were the additions to policy, these were the improvements, and so on and so forth. And that's something we collectively need to be thinking about so that our chairman can write us a really good narrative.
All right, so let's take an action item here. Or let's do a motion. We want to have a cemetery narrative done, I think, by our November meeting. That gives us a couple of months.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah.
So that'll be done. It's something we can publish then.
Who are we going to turn this into, this information? You want us to turn it into the secretary? We can all, the different things that we think is.
You want to? Are you
Come
the
up.
secretary? We're going to receive this. Okay.
Whatever it can.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we try to get as much information as we can gathered by our November meeting for our 2025 commission narrative. Then we turn this into to the secretary.
May I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Do we have any loose ends? These are just the unlisted things, comments that we've had discussions on or follow-ups.
I thought I saw an agenda item about the gate that did you cover the gate on there?
No, well, let's do that. Let's talk about the gate right now.
Okay, go ahead, Doug.
So, the gate
Talk in.
The gate requires maintenance. I mean, when wheels move, they break, they wear out. So right now the gate's operational, and what we need to realize is that we're going to have to budget for and use money to maintain it.
Well, we have some money in maintenance.
Right, and I'm just saying.
We can utilize that, but it could be a line item in the future.
Right. I mean, it's going to be recurring.
Yeah.
Right.
So it should be a line item, I guess, is
Okay.
my motion, that we motion that gate maintenance, if the gate's that important, it has to be a line item.
I've got a question
separate.
for you, because you'd mentioned this. See, the gate is hitting the bracket and bouncing back and not closing.
Right.
Do we need to change, do we need to come up with some funds to change the bracket? Do we need to put a concrete slab all the way across the street so that it's so that it's smoother? What do you think we need to do?
So the gate is a deterrent. It's not like you're keeping elephants out of the cornfield. I mean, you can just walk around it. So it's a deterrent, right? So it's working now within its capabilities because I set it to do that. The overall end state should be cut down on the maintenance by fixing the road with the concrete slab across so that the wheels roll evenly and the gate works all the time without having to be tweaked to work until we get maintenance done on it. So I think it's a phased-in thing. We got to fix the wheels now. That's a maintenance thing, and then we should make a project to make the gate more
Travel on a little
sustainable.
cement, concrete.
One piece of cement across, and it's on a hill, when you go there, and because of that weight keeps pulling the gate towards the highway, and that's why it misses the slot. So if we straighten it out, then it'll roll.
Level it.
It'd just be a continuation of the pad that the gate rests on when it's open.
Right across, yeah.
Okay.
So, and if we do that, then it'll operate as it was designed to without any further fabrication, so.
Yeah, can we get an estimate on that as far as, I mean,
Well, you know,
cement and
the
stuff?
thing is we don't, see here, this is something we can do in-house.
That's what I'm
If
saying, we
had-
can do it.
If we can get
Concrete.
someone that's a friend of the cemetery, well, Kelly's Monument has a digger. If they could come out and dig it, that would be the only expense we would have other than purchasing the cement or the
Oh,
quickly.
you mean a backhoe of dig?
Well, it's kind of like that. I don't know what you call it, but it's.
A trench thing? or-
No, it's kind of like a backhoe, but it's a mini backhoe.
okay.
It's something he does, digs the foundations for the monuments with.
Yeah.
It's not a big piece of equipment.
Oh, okay.
That wouldn't cost us very much. Then we would just have to come up with the money for the cement.
Yeah.
And go out there and smooth it off where it's level with the pavement, not like they did in front of Eureka Inn.
I've got a friend that's got one of those mixer things that.
Well, we've got a
bring it
wheelbarrow.
over. Just do it right there in a wheelbarrow. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's not going to be that expensive to do. It's just going to take some time. We're going to have to shut down the cemetery for a day or two, a day and a half or so.
Yeah, I think it can be done, 2-3 days at the most, so people aren't driving over wet cement. I mean,
Put some
because
put some rebar in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal, really.
Yeah.
We could probably do that for less than $500 easy.
I was thinking 500 myself.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
And that would resolve a lot of issues that the gate's been having.
And the way that Mr. Beard has it set up now is stopping short. There's a gap of about like so. It's the deterrent that it's supposed to be.
How much do we pay every time we've got a call to have certain individuals come out that did the initial install, the work and all? Great job on all of that.
Well, I think that gate cost us over $12,000.
Yeah. But I mean, now, when Mike comes out and some of the others, what do we?
Well, no. Mike was one of the guys that was the originator of the whole project, and he's
Right.
been so good, and Doug has been so good in the past about coming out and changing the time for us.
Yeah.
And anytime we have a problem, Mike and Doug both have come out multiple times, and we've never received it. They've
I know,
contributed.
God, hadn't paid anything.
No.
No, we just volunteered to
And
do that.
Mike is in a situation where he has a family member that's ill and isn't getting out as much. And,
Yeah.
Doug's been helping me. Anytime I ask him, Doug will come and help. So we don't have a problem about that. Since we got the entrance light to where it's working now, the gate is also working consistently. We were having problems with both of them at times. When they got the gate, I don't know what it was, but anyway, it cost us over $300 to get that that entrance light rewired. But in doing so, now it's on, and that's the deterrent from it hitting someone driving in there and hitting the gate.
That's it, yeah. Okay. When I looked down and saw loose ends, I failed to, I meant to stop before we got there. No big deal. Now we need to go into an executive session. So, are you?
I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss evaluations of employees.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we're going into executive session now? All righty, thank you. We've come out of executive session, and we have reviewed the personnel files and have approved them and forwarded them on to the city as is. That concludes that. So now we have already spoken the loose ends back to the agenda. Any announcements? Well, commemorative coins. I'd say that our cemetery tour has 2 more weeks to go, and we'll have more full information on that. Probably all the accounting. We'll pull all that together next month.
Might be a good idea to try to have those folks that have been so gracious about spending time on that tour, have them in and get some input and from them about next year, and see if we can do things a little differently, maybe better.
Yeah.
And they should be commended for
Absolutely.
doing. Brett has started, and Steve has really taken the torch up.
Steve's just been fantastic.
Appreciate them so much
Yeah.
for doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you all. So how do you feel about the meeting summary, the notes you took today? Do we need to review everything? You feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks a lot better, by the way. Thank you.
Well, thanks. There you go.
Okay. So the agenda setting for October next month, for the October 20th meeting, we've got to have the items submitted to me by Wednesday, October the 15th, and I will be in touch with all of y'all prior to that.
Are we going to have a change of time in the meeting? It's going to be October 20th at 4 o'clock or October 20th at another time?
Well, right now at 4 o'clock, we can discuss this amongst ourselves. Then I'll have to make sure I've let the city know about it, Christina, to be published. But that will be, we can do that amongst a text amongst ourselves after we leave here today. Yeah. So I am ready to entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
A motion we adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Aye, thank you. Thank you. We're done. Thank you.